On section 5.2 is a continuation of the triangles unit. And here we review the angle sum theorem. And the angle sum theorem is the one that says that the sum of the angles equal to 180. Okay, so the three angles add up to 180 degrees. And there's a corollary. The corollary says, and the corollary is just to make your life a little easier, okay? The corollary says, if you have two angles, one of them is a right angle and the other one is an acute, then the two acute triangles should add up to 90. So instead of adding 90 plus 39 minus 180, you just get the two acute and just keep in mind that those two angles should add up to 90. So all you have to do is subtract that angle, that acute angle, from 90, and that gives you the missing acute angle. Okay, so instead of going through the whole idea about 90 plus 39, 129, subtract from 180, and that is 51, you just subtract 39 from 90, and that gives you the missing angle. Faster, easier. Okay, so example number 1, it says, find the measurement of the angle, and this is an angle, ABC. So where the middle letter is, which is B, that's where the angle is located. So it's ABC. ABC, we're talking about that missing angle. Okay, so here we have to use the angle sum theorem, where we add the two angles given, 49, 84, add them up, 13 carry 1, 133. Then subtract 133 from 180. 180, subtract 133, and that would be 47 degrees. Right? So that angle, let me go back to my blank, it's 47 degrees. And put that little symbol, Professor. Now, second angle. Find the measurement of CAD. C, A, and D. And we have to figure it out a way to find that angle. Any ideas on how to find that angle? Any suggestions? Joseph? You have to find the angle, you mean DCA? Right? Where C is, you have two angles. And we have to find the missing one first. How can we find that angle? Good idea. That is right. That's a linear pair, so it's 180, subtract the 84. That is right. And that should be 96 degrees. Okay, so that angle is 96 degrees. Awesome. So now that we have two angles, we can find the missing angle, right? How do we find that missing angle? You need to add them first. That's right. You need to add 46 and add it to 96. That's 142 degrees. Then that 142, you need to subtract 142 from the sum of all the angles, which is 180. And 180 minus 142, that would be 38 degrees. And that's the answer for number 2. Okay. Any questions on number 2? So far, so good? Okay. Now let's go ahead and move on to problem number 3. In number 3, they're giving us algebraic expressions. It says, what is the value of x? Okay, well, it's the same idea, but it's just with the algebraic expressions. What we know about the three angles is the sum of the three angles should be equal to 180. So what I need to do, I need to add all the x terms, 7x plus 2x plus 9x. How many x's is all together? 13x, great. Then we combine the numbers. Negative 13 plus 2, negative 11, negative 13 plus 2, negative 11, and then plus 9, negative 2, great. So all those numbers combined, it's negative 2. So the sum of all the three angles should be equal to 180. So once you combine all the three angles, then let it equal to 180. Then solve for x. we add 2 to both sides. So it's 13x equals 182. Then with the calculator, go ahead and divide 182 divided by 13. And that should be 14. 14, okay. So x is equal to 14. Then once you find the measurement of x, it says find the measurement of each angle. So for the first angle, what we're going to do, we're going to substitute 14 for that x. So it's 4 times 14 plus 9. 4 times 14 is 56 plus 9, 65. Then the second angle, 7 times 14 and then minus 13. 7 times 14, that would be 98. Minus 13 is 85, so that's the second angle. Great. And then the third angle, 2 times 14 is 28 plus 2, that would be 30 degrees. And when you add the three angles, that should give you 180. See, this is 140, 150 plus 30 is 180. That's the way you can check it. Okay. Any questions on that example, 3 and 4? So far, so good. Okay, example number 5. For example number 5, what does the corollary says about finding the missing angle? What does it say?
That those two are going to equal to 90.
Those two should add up to 90. That's right. So in that case, it's going to be 90 minus 41, 49 degrees. Awesome. So that's the easiest way to get it, okay? And then we do the same thing with that angle C. So how much is angle C? 39.8. That is right. Good job, Gabby. 39.8 degrees. Let me erase that little mark. Okay. And then we move on to the last one. So what about number 7 if they give you an x? Leave it in terms of x. Just do the same thing. See here, it's 90 minus the angle. The other one is 90 minus the angle. So in number 7, it should be 90 minus x. In terms of x, it's just that. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the last page. Now on the last page, mande. And just leave it like that in terms of x. Yes. Okay, now on the last page, they're talking about the linear pair. Okay? And the linear pair add up to 180. But also another corollary here, another theorem, another easy thing to do. The exterior angle theorem says that the outside angle, it's equal to the remote interior angles, to the sum of those two. So if this is 50 and this is, 70, 50 and 70, you add them up, what's 50 and 70? 120, so the angle 4 would be 120, okay? So if angle 1 is 30, and angle 2 is 80, 30 and 80, 110, so angle 4 is going to be 110. But what if I have the angle 4 that is 100, and I know that angle 1 it's 40? How can I get angle 2? You subtract them, okay? That's the easiest way to get that, which is 60, yes, okay? And now the third angle theorem says that if two pairs of angles, like 2 and 5 are congruent, and angle 3 and 6 are congruent, then by the third angle theorem, you can conclude that angle 1 is congruent to angle 4, okay? So let's move on to example number 8. What is the measurement of angle G? That's right, 111 minus 60 degrees. That's the easiest way to get it, okay? Which is 51 degrees. So with that same idea, okay, if I have the outside angle, 68, and I know that the two remote interior angles are given, I can set up an equation for that.
68.
That is right.
3x plus 4x.
That is right. 68 equals to the sum of those two. So 3x plus 4x, add them up, and that would be 7x, and that's plus 5. So you add the two remote interior angles, that is outside, equals to the outside angle. Then just solve for x. 58 minus 5, 68 minus 5 is 63. Then divide by 7. That would be 9. So x is equal to 9. But they want the measurement of angle D. So angle D is this angle here. So I have to substitute it into that expression. So it's 4, go up, 4 times 9, 36, plus 5, 41? 41 degrees. And that's it. Okay. Now, at this point, let me give you a chance to work on problems number 10. Work on number 10, please. So, person number 10. Was that number 10? Okay, Matthew. What is the answer for x, Matthew? What is x equals to? X is equal to 12? X is equal to 12? Okay. So you let them equal to each other, and that would be equal to 12. Good job, Matthew. Yes. And then person number 30, so in that case would be using. What is the measurement of angle M? How much is angle M and angle Q? 82 degrees? How did you get the 82 degrees, Zane?
6x plus 10
Uh-huh.
is 7x minus 10. Or you, and then I subtracted 6x from 7.
Okay.
X minus 2 equals 10, and then I added 2 to the other.
Okay. And that's how you get the x value, right? Well, this is minus, so it's a plus. Okay, so that's what also Matthew had, right, Matthew? That was 12. And then once you get that answer, how did you get the 82?
I plugged in the
Plug it
12
in.
for the x.
For the x, and that would be 6 times 12. That is 72
Plus
plus 10, and that is 82. Good. Good job. Any questions about number 10? No? So far, so good? Okay, now number 11. So in problem number 11, any ideas on what to do to figure out that answer?
They equal each other because
They're equal to each other because of the third angle theorem.
yeah.
Third angle theorem. What do you mean third angle theorem? Well, one pair of angles is congruent.
Yeah.
A second pair of angles is congruent. Therefore, the third pair of angles would be congruent. Good job, Joseph. So then you let them equal to each other, and what did you find? What is the x value when you let them equal to each other?
11.
That's 11. And once you know x is equal to 11, what is the measurement of t? 33. And so is the other one, right? So both of them are the same answer. 33 and 33. And that's it. Any questions about these two sections? So far, so good? Okay.